Ethnofiction is an experimental form of ethnographic filmmaking where the informants of the fieldwork act out their experiences in front of the camera. This approach was actually pioneered by Jean Rouge, who was an ethnographic filmmaker who worked primarily in Africa and made ethnofictions during the 50s. Now, he was never interested in creating any kind of specific method. Was rather a form of surrealist improvisation and game that he ran with informants of the fieldwork that also became his best friends. My work has been concentrated into turning ethnofiction into more of a generic methodology that other people can use as part of ethnographic fieldwork research. The research on the ethnofiction is primarily intended as a method of ethnographic research and representation, but it's also meant as a complement to other methods in the social sciences, so rather a mixed method. So even if this approach would be considered as controversial within social anthropology and in parts also visual anthropology, it's supposed to work together with other methods. And also we have started recently a PhD program focusing on collaborative and reflexive and creative art practice as research, where we combine theatre practice from drama together with ethnographic fieldwork methods. And the idea is, of course, to expand the palette of available methods within humanities and maybe open the minds a bit to what's considered to be more unconventional methods. As part of a research project, I made a film in Brazil working together with transgendered Brazilians, travestis, which have a feminine identity, and transsexuals, which are obviously the same definition as in Europe and North America. And they acted out the lives in front of the camera. On the left you see Fabia, hairdresser, and Bibi, prostitute, and they, after a field work of half a year or so, they started to act out the field work stories in front of the camera, and that would of course go with a written representation of research as well.
O que vamos fazer agora?
Então, é uma etnoficção.
O que é etnoficção?
A etnoficção é um gênero de filmes etnográficos, onde as protagonistas estão reatuando suas vidas e as vidas de outras pessoas.
E a pessoa que estiver assistindo isso, ela não vai ter noção do que é verdadeiro e o que é falso, é isso? Ela vai achar que é um documentário mesmo, ou não?
Não. É assim, que vai ser apresentado como uma ficção. É um filme colaborativo, então muitas pessoas vão participar com suas histórias.
Gay, você não sabia que era uma transexual. Então aí, por exemplo, o teu personagem ele vai agir já com preconceito, ele já vai falar que alugou, ele vai olhar, vai dar uma desculpa.
Na hora que veio atender, eu olho e falo que já foi alugado, acho que alguma coisa assim.
O que você acha de colocar um óculos? O JS Travel, o que vocês acham? JS Travel, perfeito. Já sei o que a gente pode fazer. Na hora de virar, entendeu? Você pode muito bem só tirar a camisa. Quando você tira a camisa, eu levanto, vou e apago a luz. Aí acaba a cena. Mas Zilda, ela é uma transexual e ela é batalhadora, ela é uma pessoa que ela acredita na vida. É meia que parecida comigo, mas não, com certeza não sou eu. Né? Interpretar a Zilda não é difícil. O que é difícil é a história, as coisas que ela tem que passar, né?
ao mesmo tempo que eu sei que eu estou protegida pela Meg, que é uma personagem, eu sei que aquilo ali é tudo uma grande mentira, porque aquilo sou eu mesma.
Né, Juana?
Ela é a primeira cachorra transexual operada do planeta.
Ela é nossa filha, nós estamos lutando para registrar ela no cartório, para ela ser nossa herdeira também.
É.
Mas não sei porque o governo brasileiro é muito burocrático.
Ethnographic filmmaking stands at the center, of course, and the methods that come with this, which is extended ethnographic field work. It's also, you have a limited camera crew, maybe you work alone or together with someone from the field work. And although the technical quality might suffer, you get more intimacy working during a longer period of time with the protagonist of the film project. Shared anthropology, which was an idea that Jean came up with, is based on an intersubjective fieldwork. So rather than you having the mandate as a researcher, you actually collaborate together with the protagonists and the informants of the fieldwork to create the work. This is of course very controversial because what's actually collaborative and so on. So reflexive filmmaking is a way to contextualize the fiction. Since it's not a documentary and the protagonists are actually acting out their own lives, it's difficult for the audience to know actually what's real and what's not. So that's why we have a third camera filming interviews between me and the protagonist, and also them asking me questions and giving context to the film. But at the center of my research, since I'm a drama, stands improvised filmmaking, and this is based on Jean Rouge's idea about cinéma vérité, but maybe above all about pourquoi pas filmmaking, why not filmmaking. He gave it the name after his dad's boat, when he was a meteorologist. The boat could go this way, why not, or that way, why not. In the same way, the filmmaker follows the protagonist. So it's actually, it broke the convention of the filmmaking during that time. Since I'm working in between drama and anthropology, I've been using quite a lot of applied theatre theory as basis for the work. So at the center of the improvised acting in the ethnofiction stands projective improvisation. Well, what I've done is in part try to divide it into two functions. One function of the improvisation is descriptive. It means that you can show events that are impossible to show in any other way, such as criminal events, historical events, such as in drama documentaries or in any reenactments on television, for example. But the difference being that the research is not made before, but actually during the improvisation of the protagonist, because as they improvise, they also reveal aspects of the events as they go on. Now, the expressive part of the projective improvisations is a way to show dreams and aspirations of the protagonist. Well, Jean Rouge compared it to psychodrama. When you actually have someone play in front of the camera with an event that happened in the past and start to wake the imagination around it, other things might come up which would be difficult to find through ordinary interviews or questionnaires. Ethnofiction, in my interpretation, is combining applied theatre methods together with ethnographic research.